Good morning. Welcome to Enlightened Hearts. I'm Naoma, and this is a message today for the Divine Feminine. So I just finished the Divine Masculine reading. I'm just going to say that if you are struggling with a balance of your masculine and feminine, I invite you to go check that out. As a woman who lived most of her life in her masculine energy, I struggled with keeping a good balance between my feminine and masculine qualities for a long time. And I think Spirit was really trying to tell me to get a grip on shit. I had 5 pregnancies in my 20s. I just couldn't not be pregnant. But then there was also this like control freak, dark masculine that pretty much ran my being for a long time. So, feminines, if you struggle being the Empress and you're more in your Emperor energy, go check that out. But for now, this message is for my Divine Feminines. I have called in already. I've called in the ladies. I've called in Sophia, Bastet, and Hecate to help us with this reading. All right. What does the feminine need to know today, Spirit? We have illusory obstacles and grow together. Come on, focus. Yeah, grow together. And at the bottom of this deck, this is the Seeker Oracle. At the bottom of this deck, an unfair judgment. The Divine Feminine Collective. This is pretty dark energy. Pretty dark energy. Hold, please. Okay. So, the message here is, the underlying energy of an unfair judgment has to do with passing judgment, obviously, unfairly. That's shadow energy. There's some kind of obstacle that you think is in your way, but it's just an illusion. And grow together. This card is about, it's about the word love. And love is a verb. So you can tell somebody like, I love you, all you want to. But if your actions don't match, it's meaningless. Somebody's in their shadow. Somebody's in their shadow. So, what do the Divine Feminine Collective need to know about this? The Ace of Cups and the 2 of Cups. Tower. 3 of Wands. All right, ladies. The Ace of Cups and the Two of Cups both fell on illusory obstacles. So let's get more cards. Tell me more. Tell me about Grow Together. It's a fucking love reading. I'm sorry. Okay. We all know how much I love readings. Okay, let's see. We have Seven of Wands, the Hermit, and the Six of Swords. Four of Wands and the Hangman at the bottom of the deck. Okay. All right, let's look. Let's look. Collective of Divine Feminine is seeing an obstacle surrounding their love life. Maybe feeling like you're not worthy of love. The Two of Cups originally came out upside down. There's some kind of block regarding your love. Or a closed heart chakra. Somebody in the collective just wants peace. Like they feel like they've been fighting for their life and they just want peace. You've been alone for a long time. You've been doing what you perceive to be the internal work, the deep dive into the cave, introspection that is required of all of us. The shadow work, you feel like you've been doing enough. But there's still something that you feel is blocking that path forward. The underlying energy here is the Four of Wands. That's home, family, could be marriage. This is also the 1111 card, so I keep hearing suspension. Maybe you feel like you've been suspended in time and time's not moving forward for you. So time is an illusory obstacle. Time is not linear. Time is cyclical. And if you want to get real about it, time doesn't even exist. We have all the time in the world. Your cup literally overflows with an abundance of love. I mean, the Ace of Cups and the Two of Cups were the first cards out on the table. I'm now hearing Lion of Judah. There's something about Christ consciousness. Something about the Christ consciousness coming through. My cup overfloweth. My cup runneth over. Two of Cups. Okay. Seven of Wands. This is about courage, and having the courage to defend yourself. Six of Swords. Moving forward. You passed an unfair judgment on your higher self. What is this energy? The Divine Feminine has passed unfair judgment on their higher selves. Tell me more. There are no obstacles. You can... Six of Pentacles. Ace of Pentacles. Wheel of Fortune. Something here about divine timing. Also, we have all signs out here on the table. Ace of Pentacles. Six of Pentacles is Seven Pentacles. Oh, right. Wait a minute. Let's see. Ace of Pentacles. Seven of Pentacles. Seven Pentacles. Seven of Pentacles. Oh, patience. Divine timing. Wheel of Fortune. I see. What is this obstacle? Oh, that's way too many. Let's try that again. Patience and divine timing. What is the obstacle? Come on, girls. All right. Eight of Swords. You feel like you're trapped. That's also an illusion. The Eight of Swords is being trapped within your own head. She can break out of those bonds anytime she wants to. All she has to do is back up to that sword and cut the rope. It's an illusion. This is... You're in your head. Get out of your head. Only you have the power to do this. Do you feel like... Okay, you've been watching way too much freaking tarot. Way too much tarot. And you've been watching too many love readings specifically. You're watching tarot and you're not getting the... You're not getting the actual information that you need because you're listening to it from a limited perspective. Spirit is trying. Spirit is trying to get through to you. They are sending you messages about the things that you need to do. This spiritual journey is a mental game. We live in a simulation. We live in the Matrix. When Jesus said, be sober of mind, he meant to get your brain right, to get your mental health right. There's a message here for you about, like, somebody is in their dark feminine. Your shadow feminine, whiny, bitchy, complaining, nothing ever works out for me. Petty. Jealous. Awful. The whole reason why I don't have a lot of girlfriends. Okay? It's time to get out of that. The Emperor just came out. The Emperor's holding an Ankh. the Emperor is holding an Ankh, and that Ankh is all about life force. That's about balancing. The Ankh, Erykah Badu has a song. I'll probably share it later because I absolutely love it, but why I can't think of the name of the song right now. But anyway, the Ankh is representative of the uterus, the fallopian tubes, and the birth canal, but this is the Emperor. There probably need to go back and watch that Divine Masculine reading, because I'm going to tell you that you've got to get out of your petty, shitty, feminine energy. Do some more shadow work. Learn to balance your masculine and your feminine. I'll pull a Wild Unknown archetype at the end of this reading. Very, 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 very awful energy. And I say that with love because I was there. You've probably been gossiping. You shouldn't do that. And you're trapped in your mind, and you think that you can't have anything you want. Oh God, why does God always do this to me? I pray and pray and pray, and I'm still stuck, and da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Stop that shit. You need to change your perspective. You have to start seeing these things as happening for you, not to you. When you change your perspective and you begin to see that the things that are happening to you are actually lessons in your life, you begin to be able to travel your path, not looking at these things like they're bad, but just as lessons. What can be learned from them? The Pentacles are about learning. The Pentacles are tangible. These are the things that happen to us here, outside of ourselves. Okay? There is a bit of divine timing that is taking play here. You're getting ready to come to the end of a cycle. You're not going to be able to complete that cycle without getting out of your head. You've spent way too much time in your own head. This is about reconnecting to your higher self, and your higher self flows in the energy of love. Love as an energy. Yeah, Spirit saying right now, we are love. We are love. I'm thinking of, well, I said it the other day in my message, you know, like when we spank our kids, we do it out of love. We're just trying to get them 18-18 on the clock, right? Actually, I'm sorry, 19-19, but I said 18-18, so both 18-18, or 19-19. Yeah, when we spank our kids, we're trying to teach them right from wrong. We're doing it out of love because we don't want to see them go out into society and be little juvenile delinquents. You know, like my kids might be feral and opinionated, but they have respect and they know who to give that respect to and who they don't. Just as an example, side note, but yes, Spirit is love. Like, Spirit is the frequency of love, 2011 on the clock. So you may be seeing a lot of synchronistic number sequences. Pay attention to them. Yes, you do need to do more shadow work, but you need to not dwell in it. So while you're doing your shadow work, don't get stuck. Now, don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong at all. It's good to deep dive and change in order to change your perspective. But you can't introspect and then stay there. You get stuck in that energy of the past, and then cycles continue to repeat. The trick is introspecting and seeing what the lesson is, and I really feel like Divine Feminine is not seeing the lessons. They're only seeing the pain. Okay, so this is the Wild Unknown Archetypes by Kim Krans. I think it's now available in a mini version, especially if you've got small hands like I do. We've got the Stone, the Fault Line, and the Dead End. Hold on. All right, when I opened up the book, no shit, the very first page I turned to, the Dead End. Contrary to what the name implies, the Dead End is very much alive. It is a force that stops us from moving forward as planned. It is thick, dense, and uncompromising, a wall beyond all walls. With every bramble, thorn, and stone, it simply states, no more child, no more feminine. You have reached the last page of this chapter. It is natural to resist. It's very resistance and struggle, even harder to make our way. Wait. It is natural to resist. It's very resistance and struggle, even harder to make our way. To prove our point, to hold on to what was. In this way, we fight with life itself. From a mythic perspective, the end you face is very much a beginning. There are doors opening all around you, not just the one you planned on walking through. If you're honest and courageous enough to accept, adjust, and adapt, the dead end becomes known as life's beginning. So wherever you are in your life, where you think you're stuck, where you think that the universe is against you, this is your starting point. This is the choice for you to decide to move forward. The Stone. The Fault Line. Listen to Everything is Broken by Bob Dylan. I'll share it later. It is possible that something a loved one said caused a crack in your relationship that has never been mended. Revisit it. It's time to heal. So, these things, the traumas that you are identifying, I'll look at the stone in a minute, but these things that you are identifying within your life, that you're not seeing them as lessons. You're just seeing them as things that fucking happened to you, and they're keeping you stuck in cycles of pain and misery. I've told this story before, that this guy, my roommate, he's a manifestation of all the fucking horrible things that happened to me in my life. I was molested by a babysitter when I was 5 years old. Both of his brothers also took advantage of me. The neighborhood kids, like, everybody just thought that it was okay. Naoma's not going to tell until Naoma's brother actually stood up and said, I mean, my brother was 5. I'm sorry. He was like 3 or 4, sorry. And he had absolutely no idea what it was that he was saying. He just said it. Kids just say things. You know, that it didn't stop until that happened. And then, you know, that sort of trauma stayed with me my entire life. And it's amazing to me how I was able to reproduce myself 4 times. I had 5 pregnancies, but I only have 4 children. How I was able to have a sexual relationship with the men that I did. And then when I was a teenager, it's actually not even hard for me to talk about anymore. There was I used to babysit for a guy, and this was where I was introduced to crack cocaine for the first time. And after they got home from a party or the bar or whatever, they came in, and Danny had a big gun case in his living room, and he had an archery set. I don't think he'd been using for very long. This was the 90s. Anyway, he took his one of his aluminum arrow shafts and cut it, stuffed it full of Chore Boy, and then proceeded to smoke crack. Well, they got done smoking this rock. There was 3 of them, and then they all proceeded to, let's party. I ended up in the bathroom giving one of the dudes a blowjob. The worst sex of my life. I was completely taken advantage of that night and ended up having sex with all 3 of them because Danny said it was cool. And I don't mind giving names out. Nobody knows these people. Unless one day Danny comes across this video, and I hope that he seriously goes, I fucked up. Anyway, to this day, I still hold space in my heart for him and his children. You know, it is what it is. But, yeah, so those traumas, if not dealt with, will manifest later on down the road and keep you stuck in cycles. I ended up with a man who is addicted to crack, who is addicted to sex, he's just the manifestation of all of my trauma. Being able to recognize that, and then because I recognized it, I was able to move away from those intense emotions and change the energy in our relationship. And that's kind of what the fault line is about. Understanding the broken pieces and moving on from it. Accept it as a lesson. Accept the lessons. All right, let me find the stone and then I'll be right back. Okay, so the stone is about being grounded in our intuition, foresight, psychic abilities. It's no secret that women, the human woman is, let me change that. The feminine of any species is the most intuitive out of both genders. She's got the foresight to see what's coming because she's able to take all of this in and process it in her brain and make decisions based on the information coming in all at one time. We can do that. All right. So, Divine Feminine. Ground yourself in your intuition. Trust your discernment. This is not the end. It's just a hiccup. But you've got to get some balance and grounding. You have to understand that the things that happened in your life did not happen just to you. They happened for you to be a lesson for your growth. And you can't grow until you can move forward. You have to heal it. Grow together. So I'm here to tell you that God is love. Allow that energy to come in. Allow the energy of love to penetrate your very being so you can heal the trauma, heal the hurt, see the lessons, see where that trauma is manifesting in your life today. Heal it and move on so that you can grow. 31:51 on the clock. I love you guys. I really, really, really love you guys. And as a woman, there is nothing more that I want to see than the feminine collective to heal. Because I would love to be able to share in that camaraderie. And most women, I cannot stand to be around. And you may find yourself in that energy too. And just love them. Like I love you. Have a good weekend, and I will catch you guys on the next video. Bye.